We're now approaching the Season 2 of Rebuilding Chelsea in Football Manager. We finished the last season on 5th and we will play in the Champions League this year. We only filled out 2 of the 3 objectives we set for ourselves last year. The one missing is the lack of a Conference League trophy, so this year the objective is very simple. Win at least 2 of the 4 trophies. Simple, but not easy. We might try to achieve this under new ownership, because Todd is apparently interested in selling the club. Nothing will happen in terms of that though. At least, we've got a lot of cash. Our first confirmed transfer is a Japanese player named Hirokazu Ishihara. He is purely a fringe player, someone for rotation. There are also 2 moves that were confirmed before I stepped in. An Ecuadorian Kendry Paez and Esteval from Palmeiras. With a huge bunch of players resigning from loans, it's clear we'll have to let go some of them. Otherwise, it's clear we'll have a massively overloaded squad yet again, especially with a new central defender joining us, Ousmane Diomande from Sporting Club de Portugal, who will instantly jump to our starting 11. Another signing is Job Bellingham, but he won't play for us this year, because he's going back on loan to Sunderland. Allen Obando is a very high potential striker, so of course I couldn't reject the chance of signing him for free. He will join us in January. Who leaves us then? There are a lot of loans. For example, Tosin to Lyon, David Washington and Marcus Bettinelli to Derby County, Donnell McNeely to Stoke, or Harvey Vale to Bristol Rovers. Ben Chilwell got an offer from Manchester City. Though the base price may be low, it can rise up to 94 million, which I found enough to let him go, especially since he wanted to go there very badly. His replacement will be Rico Henry, who joined from Brentford for 40 million. Rico's substitute is going to be Andrei Borca from Rapid Bucharest. His cost is less than 5 million, and that includes bonuses. I mainly signed him for his quite high potential. Another big money move was Kepa, who went to Bournemouth for 20 million. I also let Benoit Badiashile to Real Madrid. After I blocked his move to Arsenal, I ran into a number of issues with the players, who persisted to let him go. I eventually did, but not to a rival club. With a lot of movement in and out, we finally got ready to play Tottenham in the first match day. We wanted to get a much better start than before, but in short, we did not. Conceded 3, scored 1, and had no chance. We also had no chance against Manchester City. We conceded 3 goals without a response, but at least Erling Haaland failed to put the ball in the back of the net, as well as against Southampton, which makes it a disaster start to the season. The only point we got in August was against Nottingham, thanks to a brace from Cole Palmer. Lack of scoring goals got me thinking we should sign someone new to score them. We had 97 million to spend, and I had 2 victors in mind, Osimhen and Gyökeres. Don't worry, Christopher Nkunku wouldn't lose his starting spot. It was a tough decision, triggered by complaints about playing time from João Felix. He went to Tottenham on loan, and what was my decision? Both players were set to sign on the deadline date, but I could get only one of them. Basically, play the song. Osimhen only scored 1 league goal so far, in a defeat against Aston Villa. He also scored 2 goals against Norwich in the EFL Cup, ending it with a 3-0 win. We defeated Brentford in the 4th round with the same result. In the league, our first win was a massive and quick 4-0 against Ipswich in matchday 6. We also won 1-0 against Brighton and 2-1 against Brentford. But against Liverpool, it seemed like we were back in the mud again when Diogo Jota scored in the 4th minute and Gravenberch extended the lead in the 70th. I switched to our second tactic, which has 4 defenders at the back, which at least stopped the Reds from scoring. We got some hope in the 87th minute when substitute Martin Baturina blasted the ball by the short post. Then we got the highlights straight for the kickoff. We won possession on the right side of the pitch and got another huge chance, but this time Martin Baturina hit the post. We then won possession again, and Christopher Nkunku scored a wonderful goal to equalize. The victory was genuinely on the cards. We went all in the final minutes, but Cole Palmer's shot was blocked and Liverpool saved the draw. After 10 match days, we sit in 10th. It looks like our form is slowly but surely rising, but what is a big surprise is the top 2. How did Aston Villa and West Ham get this high? Anyways, now it's a good time to move on to... Our fixture list has the likes of Manchester City, Bayern or Napoli. Challenging, but I think we can get to the knockouts out of this. After just a year, we're back in Europe's elite, though we entered it through the back doors. And we had a dream start. Delivers the ball into the box, it's been cleared, but Nkunku goes into the goal and scores the first one against Manchester City. On the left side can make a cross again, and this time it could be a tap-in for Ilkay Gundogan. It is. Manchester City keep attacking us. This time it's Rico Lewis. This game quickly fell apart for us. And this nothing we wanted from our UCL debut. The news weren't better against Napoli, which ended with a snooze fest, and Bayern, where we had a dream start yet again, but Harry Kane and Thomas Müller made it yet another loss. In fact, in the next 3 fixtures, the only win was against Hungarian champions Ferencváros, and it was just 1-0. There was also a draw against Roma, so Feyenoord and Westerlo have to be victories in January. It wasn't better in the domestic competitions. We were on an open way to win against Liverpool in the EFL Cup quarter-final. But of course our defense fell into pieces and let Kostas Tsimikas and Diogo Jota score late in the game. I genuinely got in danger of sacking yet again after losing 3-1 to Arsenal and 3-0 against Manchester United in the league. I asked Todd Boehly to keep me for 1 more month in charge, which he accepted as he did last year. And just like last year, we mostly got to play better. Wins over Palace, Luton, Leeds or Bournemouth were crucial, even when we bottled a sure victory against Newcastle. So we won 5 of the last 7 games in the league, which despite a 10th place in the league right now, should be enough. Surely Todd will keep us in charge. Is this guy even being serious? I thought reloading this career will be a good idea. Nobody's gonna notice. I can just frame it correctly in the video and I will just win the Premier League yet again. But I'd rather be transparent with you. After a bunch of tries, I decided I will not try that. Came back to the original save and... Well, Todd Boehly, you're not getting rid of me. Learn basic math at this point, 15 out of 21. Our second debut came against newly promoted Burnley, and it was a comfortable 3-1 win, with no major trouble from the home side. But then it really hit me. Is it actually worth showing the viewers the save that was save scammed? I mean, I already did this back in the FM23 save with Randers, where the entire save just looked the same, destined to fail, and only saved by a bunch of reloads. There are some careers that already have this fate written upon them, no matter what you do, and this one wouldn't be different. I humbly resigned, but kept the other save where I'm still in charge, and simulated the rest of the season to see what the new manager will accomplish. Turns out, the man who took over was John Terry, and he only got 6th in the league and the knockout playoffs of the Champions League. He won the FA Cup at least, and since I started this season, I write this trophy as my own success. So, the Season 2 objective is half completed, and I don't care what you think, he still did worse than I did in Season 1. Jokes aside, thank you for watching what turned out to be a failed series, but at least I have some more save ideas for this game in mind. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. At least you can ease off the pain I got from Todd Boehly in Football Manager. I'll be very grateful for that. If you think you can do better than I did, there's a link to Patreon in the description, where you can take charge of the save. Only the one from the second term though. I have a checkpoint from just before I got kicked out, but I end up being sacked anyway, regardless of the result against Bournemouth, and I don't want to give you that. So, have fun, and I will catch you in the next video.